Flayer Parasite Specimen.
Better than becoming a Mind Flayer. Keep it, in case things start to go very wrong.
And you know, so far we haven't used the Speak with Dead spell. Here, we have someone who's dead. The animation is so nice.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Where did you get your tadpole?
The corpse remains silent. It doesn't understand the question.
Were you also abducted by mind flayers?
No.
Oh, come on. You always have just 5 questions, so after you ask 5 questions, the spell wanes, and you can't use it again. Where did you start following the Absolute?
Moonrise Towers. Initiation.
Quite interesting location, apparently. How many Drow are there?
Minthara. Back at camp.
And who exactly are you?
Ned Siranis of the Absolute.
The spell's power wanes.
5
You
questions.
can ask no more questions.
And we can still recast it. I kept that.
All right.
Let's
Time to skulk about.
take the Mind Flayer Parasite. Hastily written note.
Better be cautious.
That's something we could steal. Let's have a look around. Yes. But everything is stealing. So maybe let's do it later. We don't provoke a fight or anything. Personal account.
That's curious.
What is? Anyway. Muckwort. And more muckwort. Let's read the notes we picked up. My dear Nettie, I entrust you with the circlet to open the library. Wear it always. If you need to enter the vault, talk to Ralph. He has the rune, but won't give it to anyone, so be sure you have good reason to ask. Protect my research while I'm gone, and take care of the animals. Don't give fish to Tuffet, she's getting lazy. Aww. Since that is the library, so just she seems to be able to enter this room. So, very, very interesting. And we could consume the Mind Flayer Parasite. That doesn't sound like a good idea. And I think this is a good point to do another long rest. See if anyone has anything to say. We now also have a fair relationship with Shadowheart.
Whatever it takes.
Still neutral with Lae'zel,
And you shall find me.
but our relationship with Gale is already good.
All right, what now? Best
And
be
it's
on
so
my way.
weird that we want to sleep and it's still completely bright.
The Blade of Frontiers. Let's hope Wyll lives up to his name. We'll need all the help we can get.
Those murals in the grove, something about them seemed to catch your eyes.
What can I say? They were eye-catching. Consider me an art lover.
Uh-huh. I guess, I mean, she also said something about Dark Justiciars, and they are followers of Shah, obviously. And I guess, since we know from just her character sheet that she's following Shah, that those are connected. But I don't think we know it in-game. Astarion.
So, we're traveling with the famed Blade of Frontiers. I feel safer already.
Sarcasm. What do you think is awaiting for us at Moonrise Towers?
Who knows? Drow? Mind flayers? Death? Hopefully not ours. But maybe answers. If we can convince the right people to talk.
Ah, there's Wyll. Already joined our camp.
The Githyanki people have a word for men like the Blade of Frontiers. Shalak. Roughly translated, idealist do-gooder. Or better yet, benevolent burden. His confidence is an asset. His pursuit of valor,
Benevolent bird.
not so much.
Awesome. I have to remember that as an insult.
The Blade of Frontiers at your calling.
How exactly does the Blade of Frontiers end up chasing a devil in the Hells?
Karlach's fires raged in Baldur's Gate before she escaped to Avernus, as my source told it. And she was planning to return. One of the archdevils Zariel's own, chaos incarnate, a devil with pure fire for a heart. I made my way to Avernus to stop her. She fled from my reach, even climbed aboard the Mind Flayer ship as it screeched through the hells. I followed in close pursuit. I can't bear to imagine the lives Karlach might be taking, the damage she might be doing.
But you're talking about a source for this information. Who exactly is your source?
A powerful friend with a keen interest in privacy. I'm sworn to say no more.
Alright.
All right. What else is on your mind?
I've noticed your stone eye. Did you lose it in battle? Which is kind of funny, because I mean, backstory like, Garon also has a fake eye. Or, well, a working eye, but he also lost one.
A most vicious one, in fact. It's made from pure bloodstone, carved from the Galena Mountains just north of the Moonsea.
Divinity
A
reference.
reminder that sometimes blood must be shed and sacrifices must be made. But that story is reserved for lifetime friends and calmer days. By all means. What else is on your mind?
Tell me, Wyll, how exactly did you become the Blade of Frontiers?
My father once said,
You
one
prove
does
that
not
we
pursue
ask.
a champion's life. One merely answers its call. So it was for me. I was hunting near the Cloakwood when I heard it. A child crying out from a lone farmstead. I found him in the fields, flanked by goblins. His mother's corpse bled into the soil next to him. I don't remember much of the battle, but I remember drying the boy's tears after.
I mean, what act could be finer than saving a life? Must have felt proud.
Proud? No. Angry. Angry at the monsters preying on innocents. Angry at the so-called good gods for tolerating the cruelty of the evil. Angry at myself that it took so long for me to see the coast suffering. The frontiers demanded a blade. And so I heeded.
It's also quite a different story compared to the early access. Way more humble, basically. Way less boasting. I prefer it. It's nice. You know, it's nice to finally put a face to the name.
And it's nice to meet someone of your talents. Having a worm wriggling in my skull didn't instill much confidence in the days ahead. With you as my ally, the future looks a little less daunting.
No. Okay.
I've known a few warlocks in my time. Talented, of course, though sometimes too eager to listen to the devils on their shoulders. Comes with the territory, unfortunately.
You know, I was wondering, that condition of yours, why does it require magic?
Think of it as tribute. The kind a king might pay to a more powerful neighbor to avoid
See, there's
invasion.
grey veins?
As long as I pay, there will be peace. But should I ever stop, along comes a war. I can assure you, the battlefield would
tattoo?
extend well beyond the borders of my body alone.
You know, I think I have a magical artifact you'll be interested in. And let's hope we really have it.
Your enterprising approach to my problem is most encouraging. But it is a delicate process to keep my condition stable. I do not yet need to consume an item, but keep it close by.
Oh.
It will not be too much longer.
So, let's rest up. Ah, so I guess we should always ignite the campfire first and then talk to the people. Anyway, everyone wants to talk, except Gale. But I want to talk with Gale. So let's start with Shadowheart once again.
Finally, some good fortune. Come morning, we know what to do. The sooner we find the druid Halsin, the better. I can't wait to get rid of this thing in my head.
These clothes are so nice. So, what will come next for you once this is all over?
Head to Baldur's Gate. Someone's waiting for me.
Oh, who?
Let a girl have some secrets. Was there anything else?
That was it. Now we could use our illicit powers to use our shared connection and proper thoughts. Let's do that not. Let's not do that. If I may ask, how are you feeling about the whole could be over soon?
The same. These parasites are proving suspiciously benign. But suppose I turn. What would you do?
I mean, the honest answer would be, and we'll go with that, no hesitations. I'd just end your misery then and there.
Wise. Though, I hope you'd miss me after I'm gone. I think I would if the positions were reversed. But
Aw.
you're right. If we're to make it through all this, there can be no room for hesitation. You're doing well. It's a beautiful night. I think I'll stay up to enjoy it while I still can. Rest well.
Oh, Shadowheart is really cool. We like her. At the same time, so mysterious. But I guess that's part of why she's so alluring.
You know, I've been thinking, reflecting on what tomorrow might bring. When we find the druid, will he know how to bring the worm under control? Will this little adventure of ours be over?
No. He sounds almost sad, doesn't he? What? Will you miss me?
Why not? You've been to the Hells and back, survived the crash, survived everything that's followed. I'm not easily impressed by people, but you're stronger than I gave you credit for.
Are you flirting with me? We could go that way and say I have many talents if you want to explore them. But yeah, as you may have noticed, I will try to romance Gale, so... On the other hand, I mean, why not a bit of flirting? I have many talents, if you want to explore more of them.
A delicious thought, but
I guess Garon is quite flirty. But what are you waiting for?
the right moment. I'm sorry. I need to clear my head. I'll see you later, I'm sure. Sleep tight.
Well, well, well.
A fine evening, don't you think?
That's
The
your
moonlight
relaxing
shines
clothes.
warmly on us. The breeze caresses our faces. Hideous. All of it. Would that I were doing battle up there, among the tears.
What do you mean by the tears?
Look above. Watch the moon cross the sky. The tears follow behind it. Rocky bodies tumbling through the sea of night. One of them is my crash. Clear.
Are all Githyanki from the tears?
Your curiosity is to be commended. Githyanki are hatched in creches all throughout realm space. Clear is one of
Interesting.
many. It's
Training
there I
camps.
first saw a Kithrak mount a red dragon. Where I slit my cousins' throats at the Vash's command. But enough of this. You are wasting your resting time. Come dawn, we resume our search for a creche.
Tingle runs through your head and down to your feet.
Ah, there it is. That shiver. Our little brainworms have made fast friends, it would seem. How do you feel?
Gotta say, quite confident. No tiny tadpole will be getting the best of me.
Courage in danger's shadow. I love to see it. But shouldn't the shadow have crept closer? Gone darker by now? Before the Illithid's unscheduled surgery, I'd felled hundreds of beasts and a fair few fiends. The tadpoles weakened me, suppressed greater talents, but beyond that, I've showed no signs of turning. No nausea, no pain, not even a hot flash.
It seems to be like for almost everyone, right? That they lost some of their powers. I mean, Gay was an archmage. And also, Shadowheart seems to be quite the important figure in the Church of Shar. Well, something special about us. Or at least about our tadpoles.
Indeed. Perhaps the worm's vat was poisoned. Perhaps we're uncommonly fit. Or perhaps the tadpoles are merely on holiday. We could conjecture all night.
Oh.
I suppose the why doesn't matter so much as the what next. And that answer is plain as the horns on a war devil's head. We get these things out. Let's get some rest.
That's the
Dawn
plan.
comes sooner than we think.
Yeah, Gay, why don't you want to talk with me?
How can I help?
Anyway. Let's rest. Yep. Nom nom. We're so weird. Alright, so we have to look for Halsin around here. Such a huge map. But first, let's just finish exploring here. Not sure if there's anything down here, but we also can go here. How many XP do we have left to level 4? Ah, quite a bit. Warm. Ah. We have to recast Speak with Animals, of course, because it's a new day. So let's go.
He didn't come back, did he? His smell is gone. He's gone.
Who's he? Oh. You're the saddest bear I've ever seen. Who are you looking for?
Master, he left with the weaponed two legs. He said he'd be back. But I can smell them, the weaponed ones, and I cannot smell him. He's not coming back.
Oh. Don't worry, he'll surely be back.
No, the woods have gone dark. There's too many predators lately, even for Master.
Oh.
Still nothing. Still nothing.
Oh. Poor bear. Looking for his friend. And Bosk is sleeping now. So many bears around here. Tougher. Bosk.
You're curious. You got a great many odors about you. What happened to you?
Are you saying I stink? And Garon can never say no to someone asking for his story, so Garon decides to tell him about his journey with all the details.
He listens rapt, hanging on every word. As you near the end of your tale, you see his attention drift as he licks his lips, thinking about something else entirely.
We tried. There's another there.